Julian Meir from Automated Marking, coming to you with another technical tutorial. All of our systems are capable of creating a virtual machine. So what that enables you to do is communicate to these printers by simply inserting a USB stick and grabbing a virtual copy. That USB stick then becomes the actual printer, so it's a virtual copy of that printer, and the software, iDesign or Integra Command, will then recognize that USB stick inserted into your computer as this printer. So let's just show you what that looks like. So just remove the little plug here. We're gonna insert a USB stick, and then you're gonna see here a light sequence happen. Once that's stopped blinking, we're gonna remove the USB stick. Now that is a virtual copy of this printer. Okay, so open up your Integra Command or iDesign software and insert the USB stick that you inserted into the printer. And you're gonna see it's gonna pop up here. So now you can see this computer with iDesign open in this case thinks that it's talking to the printer, and you can see this little USB icon indicating that it's a virtual copy of this. So a very important thing is that you can do all of your parameter settings, all of your label settings, everything you could put directly on this USB stick, plug into the printer, and it would interact and talk to each other. But what I'm going to show you here today is a very simple way to talk to the printer via Ethernet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our printer settings, and we're going to go to the second tab at the top, which is System. And you can see here I have DHCP on. So I'm actually just going to turn it off just for this purpose. So DHCP is now switched off. So the printer is going to come in this way. Now let's go ahead and turn DHCP back on. So that is going to now enable DHCP to be on in the printer. So we're going to take the USB stick out, put it in the printer, and we're going to show you that here. Once that happens, the printer is now going to have dynamic host protocol turned on, and we can just plug in a Ethernet cable to the computer and to the printer, and it's going to automatically recognize, and then you can talk live to the printer without having to go back and forth with a USB stick. Now that we've taken the virtual copy of the printer and put it on the USB stick, then put this into the computer with iDesign running, and I've shown you how to deactivate and then reactivate DHCP or dynamic host protocol, so we can then set up a live Ethernet connection. So all you have to do once you've switched DHCP on with the USB stick in the virtual copy in your computer is just plug it back into the printer. You're going to see at the bottom there that it just did a blink sequence. That means it's taking the parameters from the stick that we just activated and put it on the printer. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and remove that stick, and then we're going to show you how to connect via Ethernet and then show you how to search for the printer so we can talk live to it. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and insert our Ethernet cable here. So just snap that into the printer, and then we're going to go over and put the other end into the computer and then show you how to search for the printer. So here we have iDesign open, and you can see that it saved a memory of the virtual machine that we had put in there. But what you can see here is that the printer up top is grayed out because it's not connected to anything because the USB stick is not in. So now that we've put DHCP from the virtual machine on the USB stick back into the printer, it went through the LED flash sequence, and that's loaded. We've plugged the Ethernet cable into the printer, and now we're going to go ahead and plug it into the side of the computer here. So all you're going to do is come here to the third icon down on the left, click on it, then just hit search, and it's going to bring up the printer. Now you can see that icon next to the printer here has changed to a Ethernet cord, and the one up here is a USB stick. So it's going to go through the search sequence, and it found the printer. The reason you're having a hard fault here is because you don't have a cartridge in. So I'm just going to take the cartridge, snap it into the printer over here, and you're gonna see now you have a green check mark because the printer is in ready. So that's how you go ahead, and now any of the settings that you would want to do in printer settings, any of these parameters in system, printhead setup, etc., are now live talking to that printer via Ethernet rather than having to go back with the USB stick.